93-year-old grandmother Alice Matheny Tuesday night. According to the police report, Heidi took Alice to a doctor's appointment on Monday. The doctor told Heidi that Alice needed to be in a nursing home, but police say Heidi said she could not afford it and her grandmother's situation was causing daily panic attacks. The police report reads, quote, "So you decided to take her life today." She said, "That's what I did."
Hello, my tea sippers. Today we're going to talk about a granddaughter that decided to take her grandmother's life because she couldn't afford a nursing home. Okay, but you know what's up. Before we get started, thumbs up the video. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel and cut your notifications on so you'll be notified when we upload a video. All right, so I came across this story today, and this kind of hit home because I was a caregiver for my grandparent, and I would never have thought anything like this. And my grandfather was actually a lot worse, as far as he was incapacitated, like bedbound. So we had to take care of everything. This grandmother was still rolling around. I say rolling around, walking, washing dishes, eating ice cream, going to her doctor's appointments with assistance. So, yeah, I think this lady was a little unhinged and went completely overboard. Okay, so you heard the story in the beginning. So we're going to go more in depth on what happened. Okay, so this lady, let me see what her name is. Her name is Heidi Matheny, and she is 35 years old, and she was arrested for fatally injuring her 93-year-old grandmother named Alice Matheny. This woman is actually located in Ohio, and she actually admitted to drowning her grandmother in the kitchen sink, while she was washing dishes. And get this, she took her body and then drowned her again in the tub to make sure it was done. Okay, so she admitted that she took her grandmother to her medical appointment, just as scheduled. And the doctor told her, and this is what she said, the doctor told her that her grandmother needed to be in a nursing home. I don't know what happened. I don't know why he came to those conclusions, but maybe, she was saying that she couldn't take care, because I think this is how the conversation went. She probably said that her grandmother's care is becoming too much on her. And so the only thing that probably could have been suggested by the doctor is, okay, well, you can put her in a nursing home. And if you know anything about nursing homes and placing your loved ones, first and foremost, I would not advise it, because those nursing homes do not take care of your loved one. They really don't. I worked in one when I was in my 20s years ago, and I was witness to a lot of things that were not happening correctly. And then my grandfather also was in a nursing home for, just for recovery. And during that time, it just wasn't good. So we had to take him home and take care of him for about 3-4 years. So I wouldn't suggest it, but if you do think of doing that, just understand that usually insurance does not cover it. And yes, it is going to come out of pocket. Okay, but I'm sure there are some other things you can do to help assist you with, your loved one. And so she admitted that she took her grandmother to the appointment, got this news, and she took it in stride. I mean, she went on, took her grandmother home, and guess what? They had some ice cream. Okay, they had some ice cream. It was almost like the Last Supper. Okay, had some ice cream, and I guess grandma could have been telling her stories and, having a good time with her granddaughter, not ever thinking that would be her last day on earth. So grandma went in the kitchen. She went to wash the dishes and things, and her granddaughter, Heidi, crept behind her like a ninja and took her head and placed it in the water. Placed it in the water with dishes and things like that. I don't even want to imagine that scene. The strength that it took, the negative energy that had to be there for her to do this. And she said she held her grandmother under the water until she didn't see bubbles anymore. So until she saw that her grandmother was not breathing, she stopped. But apparently maybe she still had a pulse. She knew maybe her grandmother wasn't completely done. So she took her in the bathroom and finished the deal to make sure everything was done. This was well planned out. Her mind was there because she crawled out the window afterwards and she went to the local sheriff's office and told them the deal. They found the grandmother. They listened. They found the grandmother, went back to the place, of course, found the grandmother no longer living, and took the grandma to the coroner's office. Yeah, that's basically what she said. All right. So basically, when she was having an interview, she said, look, my grandmother didn't do anything. She was a good grandma. I just got tired taking care of her. That's it. So her mind told her that taking her grandmother's life was a better option than placing her in a nursing facility. This is what happens. I'm talking from my own experience. My husband and I was the only family members really to take care of my grandfather, and I could not have done it without support. Taking care of a loved one is very, very stressful. It is a stress that is very hard for me to even, talk about during this video, because it's really not about me. But I only did this video because it was, near and dear to me, being a caregiver for 11 years, a long time. And you don't have time to do anything. I was a little older than this young lady when things got real, as far as my grandfather not being able to do nothing for himself. And so I can imagine that at 35 years old, you're still moving and shaking. That's not your child. I don't think she had children. They didn't mention children. But I'm sure having children would even add more to the batter as far as being a caregiver for your grandmother. I can imagine it was a lot of stress. If you are listening to this and you are either taking care of your loved one, or that day will come because your family members or your loved ones or your parents are aging, just know that you need someone to talk to. You need time to yourself. You need support, because obviously this lady was unhinged. She was overwhelmed. She was anxietous. It's a lot of things that went on into her making a decision to just end it. Am I making an excuse for her? Heck no, because there's no excuse for doing that. But I do understand, as far as having caregiver stress is a mother, if you will. It really is. And so I, condolences to the family. It's just unfortunate. Grandma was 93 years old. She could have made it to 94 had she not had an unhinged grandmother. And if older people are listening to this, okay, if understand that if your children are not responsible with their own lives, if they're not responsible now, and as far as looking after you, and even with you having your own abilities, just understand, if and when things do happen when you get older, just understand your child may not be the best candidate to take care of you. So start getting your affairs in order. Start saving. I've seen older people have homes and their homes are paid for, and they've actually moved themselves out of their homes into a senior building. Okay, so that's like an in-between. It's not going to assist you with any living responsibilities. It'll assist you financially, but as far as, it's not going to assist you with your everyday living. And it's better than assistant living, and it's better, of course, than a nursing home. So start getting your affairs in order. Do not wait until something unforeseen happens, where your whole life is in the hands of your unresponsible or irresponsible child, because they're gonna take advantage of the situation. Either your money, they're gonna take advantage of the fact that your mental state is not the best. I mean, all children, I'm sorry, are not good. Like, your children are, yes, they come from us, but they are their own people. Okay, so understand that. Okay, enough of me on my soapbox. Thank you so much, guys, for listening. Make sure you thumbs up the video, leave a comment, tell us what you think about this story, and you guys take care. I'll see you in the next video.